Welcome back. Today we are going to study about the process of aerobic respiration. Now already you have studied that carbohydrates, when they get converted into glucose and then glucose goes inside the cell into the cytoplasm and then glycolysis takes place. Glycolysis means breaking down of glucose molecule. Okay, so one molecule of glucose is converted into pyruvic acid and this pyruvic acid is converted into acetyl coenzyme A. From that acetyl coenzyme A, acetyl is oxidized and coenzyme is released, and that again acetyl coenzyme A enters again into the Krebs cycle to release out energy. And with the energy, two byproducts are released out, that is carbon dioxide and water. So here is the tree diagram. You could see a flow chart. Now from carbohydrates, what we consume during our day, they get glycolized and glycolysis takes place again into further three steps, that is pyruvic acid is released out to form acetyl coenzyme A. This acetyl coenzyme A enters the Krebs cycle, and this Krebs cycle, into the Krebs cycle we get energy. From that we get energy. Actually, acetyl coenzyme A is oxidized to release out carbon dioxide and water, and energy is released. Now, if carbohydrates are not taken, then already we consume lipids and proteins. These lipids and proteins again are broken down into fatty acids, and proteins are broken down into amino acids, because proteins are made up of amino acids, lipids are made up of fatty acids. Okay, so these amino acids and fatty acids further they get directly converted to acetyl coenzyme A and then enters the Krebs cycle to release out energy. If we do not consume carbohydrates, then proteins have to be broken down. Okay, and when proteins are broken down, they are made up of amino acids, and when amino acids are made up of, again a byproduct is formed, we call it as ammonia. Okay, that ammonia is released into the blood and then thrown out of our body because it is poisonous for the blood. Okay, so the next is here we are going to learn about anaerobic respiration. What this anaerobic respiration is, in this respiration, this organism, some of those organisms cannot live in presence of oxygen. They don't require oxygen much for their growth, so they don't consume oxygen which is present in the atmosphere. For example, many bacteria are there. You can take the example of the bacteria of the milk, or either the bacteria is present in our food substance, or the yeast, that is the fungus. They don't require oxygen for their respiration because they consume the oxygen from the wherever they get, either from that food substance or either from wherever they live. Okay, so they don't require oxygen to take from the atmosphere. So such organisms have to perform anaerobic respiration for their energy. Okay, and for their energy production they require to anaerobically respire. So anaerobic respiration means the respiration which is taking place without the presence of oxygen. Here glycolysis, two steps are being done, or two steps. In these two steps anaerobic respiration takes place. What are these two steps? One is the glycolysis and the another one is the fermentation. Okay, you could see here the diagram. Glycolysis and fermentation, they are the two steps of anaerobic respiration. Glucose is completely oxidized here. Glucose is not completely oxidized, it is incompletely oxidized, and the energy which is obtained is in less quantity. Okay, so when the energy is obtained in this respiration is very less amount, because those organisms do not require to move from one place to another. They don't require much amount of energy for their metabolic processes. Okay, so less amount of energy is released here because glucose is incompletely oxidized, remember this word. Okay, so pyruvic acid is formed here by the process of glycolysis. Okay, and then this pyruvic acid through this glycolysis process, pyruvic acid is formed, as well as again this pyruvic acid gets converted into as into acetyl alcohol and the lactic acid. Okay, so two types of acids are formed due to the conversion of pyruvic acid. Pyruvic acid further oxidized and goes into the process of fermentation. This process of fermentation is to convert this glycolysis or pyruvic acid into organic acids. These organic acids are the lactic acid or the alcohol. We call it as ethyl alcohol, and this process we call it as fermentation. Okay, so here you could see alcohol, that is ethyl alcohol, and carbon dioxide is released out. We get alcohol from that. That is the alcoholic fermentation. And lactic acid, that is in your milk process products as well as in our muscles. Okay, when our muscles in the stress condition, that means they have done a lot of exercise or there is a lot of stress on the muscles, that time an acid is released from your muscle and that acid is called as lactic acid. Okay, so this process whatever takes place, that is a respiration which is taking place in our muscles. Okay, so what byproduct here formed is, when it is alcoholic fermentation, that means your yeast and wine, to prepare the wine, or either there are some other alcohols for your petrol, for your diesel, the sugar bagasse is being fermented. Okay, their glucose is there in the sugar bagasse and it is being fermented, and that fermentation process is, we call it as alcoholic fermentation. Here our milk is converted into yogurt and then to the butter, then buttermilk, further whatever, that is because of lactic acid fermentation. Here lactic acid fermentation is taking place also in our muscles. So our muscles also respire, isn't it? Because they require a lot of energy, lot of oxygen. But a lot of stress is there and immediate oxygen is required. So they perform anaerobic respiration. So you have to by heart these diagrams. Okay. The same thing, if there is a depletion in oxygen level in the surrounding, some aerobic organism performs anaerobic respiration. For example, if you sow seed into the soil and these seeds get packed with water, and during the germination means during the sprouting stage, they don't get proper oxygen. So what these seeds do, they respire anaerobically. Okay, so that is one example of anaerobic respiration. The another example I have already given you, that is of our muscles during the stage of exercise. Okay, exercise, and after the exercise you'll find the muscles have carried out the work, a lot of work is done, and after they start paining in that area, then there is a swollen stage. That is all because of acids get accumulated in that part, and to remove out acid, again you have to, again there is requirement of oxygen in that region. So immediate effects on circulatory system is also there because of your exercise. So after the exercise, your muscles have got tired because they have lost a lot of oxygen. Okay, so what the heart and blood vessels, they start working to release out a lot of oxygen from the lungs. They start pumping out the oxygen from the lung, as well as glucose is required in large quantity in your body. So during the exercise, it is suggested to take immediate glucose, isn't it? Immediate glucose or instant glucose powder or glucon D powder you take. So that is all because of instant glucose is given. Other than eat rice and wheat and all these things, then to break down that carbohydrate into glucose, directly if you give glucose to your body, these substances directly will oxidize to release out energy wherever the energy is required. So the byproduct of respiration including carbon dioxide and lactic acid. Okay, so these are carried away from the muscles, and this can again relax your muscles back. So anaerobic respiration and aerobic respiration, you have to distinguish in between them. What is aerobic respiration? You have already studied. This takes place into the cells because of oxygen. They require a lot of oxygen for this type of respiration, and what is released out directly is the, what we know is the carbon dioxide, water and energy, what we work during our day. But inside internal respiration, what happens here, pyruvic acid is formed, then acetyl coenzyme is formed, and then ATP molecules are released. All these things cycle you have studied, isn't it? And with the help of NADH2 and FADH2, these are the coenzymes which helps to remove out this energy from your glucose molecule or from your carbohydrate. Your anaerobic respiration, direct respiration, it is your glucose is directly converted into lactic acid and energy is released out, or either glucose is directly converted into alcohol and energy is released out.